Let's get a little weird. Let's get a little odd. Those sounds you like to hear. We got it going on. It's the ODDCAST. It's the ODDCAST. It's the ODDCAST. It's the ODDCAST.
Hey folks, welcome back to the ODDCAST, where we talk about people who are turning their passion into paychecks, passion into profession, subsequently into paychecks. We have a very, very special guest today. We have a professional skateboarder by way of San Diego, but he's based out of LA right now. We got Nick Tucker. He rides for Primitive. He's sponsored by Nixon. He's Grizzly grip tape, 9.5 eyewear, Bones wheels, Ondulate bearings, and Venture trucks. Nick, how are you doing tonight?
I'm great, man. I can't complain. I'm making some food right now. Got home from skating Diamond Park. Yeah, life is good. Can't complain.
Life is good. Life is good. So, yeah, man, like, Diamond Park must be mad nice, huh?
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's right near, kind of near downtown LA.
Yeah, how does that rock, like, compared to Berrics?
It's just a different vibe. The Berrics is like, it's a bit bigger, and so it can house more people, and Diamond's a bit more like, I guess, secluded, more private, you can say. Like, so, it'll be like more like tight-knit sessions, if you will.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I think that's funny. I mean, one of the things I wanted to ask you, like, way later on, but might as well just jump into it now, because, like, it was an interesting thing that I saw you said, was how much, like, the people you're with is going to, like, potentially, like, define the session that happens, like, whether it's the amount of people, whether it's the type of people. I mean, I'm sure that plays into it.
Absolutely, and just in life in general, like, the people you hang around with, or, your closest, your, like, 3 to 5 closest friends kind of define who you are, in a sense. But with skating, when, you have a good session with your friends, you just feed off each other's energy, and that's what it's about. Just have fun,
Yeah. I mean, I totally feel like, too, like, that's what, like, tours are definitely all about to a certain extent, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's vibes, man.
Yeah, I definitely, in that sense, it's, like, important getting on, like a proper team.
Yeah, for sure, because you got it, you want to be friends with the people you're skating with all the time.
Oh, dude, absolutely. I've never skated, like, on a serious level, but I could say that even on a recreational level.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Dude, so definitely, I mean, I guess the easiest way to start off would be, what was the beginnings, kind of the inception of, you skating in general, not only just becoming a professional, but actually just skating in general. I know I've heard the story of the $5 board.
The $5 board, yeah, the board my mom got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a cheap little board, but that's what started it all. I saw people skating on the block, the local street where I'm from in San Diego,
and where's that? Sorry for all the folks who don't know.
San Diego. I was living in North Park at the time.
North Park. Okay.
And so yeah, I honestly just looked out the window and I noticed people were skating on the block, and I seen this dude ollie up a curb, and I was like, what the heck is that? How do you do that? What are they doing? And then, like, my mom saw that I was interested, and she's always supported everything I've done. So, she was like, hey, I'm going to get you a board, you go skate with these guys. And it's funny because they're just like, could have been any guys, you know what I mean? And they welcomed me in with open arms, and I was a part of their little wolf pack. I was part of their little squad. So, sick.
Yeah, dude. Your whole wolf pack movement. I looked. Is that you on JCVT?
Yeah, you did your research.
Oh yeah, I do my research. So hey guys, check out on JCVT. There's a golden wolf necklace. There's also the original one, and they are pretty darn fire. So go and check that out, folks.
His name is Jose Carlos. Sorry to interrupt you. Jose
no, you're all good.
Actually, Diego Najera's cousin.
Oh, okay.
So Diego introduced me to him, and then we went from there. And fortunately, he helped me out, and we made those wolf necklaces.
Dude, I love the whole. I mean, I love it on the Grizzly grip tape too. I love the wolf pack, the symbol on it. I love the whole movement.
Yeah, we're currently in the works. We're making some new grips, so that should be out pretty soon.
Okay, so folks, check in on Grizzly grip tapes. As always, Grizzly keeps it consistent as hell.
Shout out to Tori Pudwell.
Yeah, shout out to Tori Pudwell. He's a legend. He's not only one of the best skaters ever, but just like a legend in the industry too.
Yes, sir. Great businessman.
Great businessman. Yeah, that's what's kind of been cool about. I mean, this is definitely one thing I want to ask you about. Is like your social media presence is pretty significant.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, dude. It's you're jamming on there, and I feel like that in a certain sense it's made skating more competitive, but it's also made it more inclusive and kind of more, in a way, easier and harder to blow up.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays you can use social media. I see a lot of kids doing it to showcase their skating, you know? And just basically, because back in the day, back in my day, you used to have to send a sponsor me tape in and go about it that way, or finding someone's email from the company and you'd have to make a tape and send it in. A VHS tape, actually.
Yeah, and literally cut the tape and all that jam.
Yeah, you'd have to edit on your VCR.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. But so now, there's social media, which is great. It's a great outlet for people. And it brings, a lot of kids are able to basically thrive off skateboarding. And it's awesome. I love it. It's amazing. They're able to create their own lanes. Yeah,
exactly. What's kind of cool in a sense too, what I kind of in a weird way I equated social media to podcasting, because now I can start a quote unquote media company without really having a network that I need to back me or anything. If you have a MacBook Pro and you can save up for a GoPro, there's no excuse not to be shooting skating video, to not be editing it if you want to do it.
Or even just an iPhone. You can do it on your phone these days. I totally
agree. Dude, you can get those cool lenses. One of my buddies got a cool modifying lens for his, and it looks amazing.
Absolutely, and it looks similar to what you would film on.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I think that's pretty interesting too, because I think one of the points that we always try to override on the podcast is passion to paychecks. And I think
I like that.
Oh yeah, dude, hilarious story. It was passion to profession, and I was like, it's almost there. And my mom, she goes, passion to paychecks, and I was like, oh.
Thanks, Mom.
As always, dude. As always.
Moms always know.
Moms know best. Dude, that is the truest statement in the game. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I think to conclude that point, it's basically, to anyone out there who's listening, if you want to go and start skating and start putting your footage out there, just do it on your phone and just
do it.
If the quality is there and the genuine effort is there, it's gonna come through.
Absolutely, and as long as you're trying your best and you're constantly skating, eventually most likely you'll start to progress and people will see that and they'll take notice of that.
Well, that's one of my, sorry to interrupt, that's one of my favorite quotes from you. I saw this one. It's you said, keep it skate all the time. Don't worry about that extra stuff. Just skate.
Absolutely. Because eventually, when you start skating, you started it for fun, and that's what it's about. And then eventually, if you get sponsors and things like that, it is sometimes easy to be caught up in the thought of oh, this is now a job, and I have to keep this up, and you do have to keep it up. You do have obligations. Things do kind of change. It gets a little bit more serious, but
yeah,
you never want that to overcome your fun, the fun you were having, and the fun from when you started. Because that's when there's why even do it?
Yeah, I feel that's when too you can not to sound corny, but that's when it's gonna shine through too, and and like whether it's just like you're skating in general or like a video part, it's just gonna look a little less like motivated. And that's definitely one thing I wanted to ask you about. I mean, based on that, like the whole like motivation thing, I think like you always say like P-Rod is definitely like Paul Rodriguez for those of you who don't know, and even if you don't skate, geez, that's weird if you don't know that. But P-Rod's influence not only on your style as a skateboarder, but on kind of your like the self-motivation that you have as a human being and as a man. I think that's huge. I think his influence is huge in both of those regards, right?
Yeah, honestly, he's obviously like, it's basically like your hero, someone I still look up to him, but someone I've looked up to from when I was young, watching his skate video parts, and just hoping and wishing and dreaming that maybe I could meet him or skate, anywhere, probably never even close to how he skates, but just, how do I say it, like, apply what he does to my life, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, you said it perfectly.
So to go from that hoping and wishing young kid to him reaching out to me and, moving from San Diego to LA was a big thing.
Yeah.
And then from, me skating or whatever, and then him reaching out to me, and then me ending up on his team as like one of the first, 3 people or whatever. And then now him giving me life advice and mentoring me to the fullest extent, and just being a great friend and basically family. I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's
a trip.
I think it's something that people maybe sometimes outside of skateboarding don't really understand exists in skateboarding.
No, I guess the way how you could compare it would be like, say, meeting, like say you did music or whatever, say you're doing music,
yeah,
and you make rap,
yeah,
and now all of a sudden you meet Jay-Z, and then Jay-Z signs you under his company, and he's now your mentor and your friend, and you can call him every day or whatever whenever you need to. Or you're some sort of technician guy, and you're into technology and maybe coding or designing software or whatever it may be, and then you meet Elon Musk, and then now you're freaking under his company and you're able to talk to him every day. It's like something like that. I guess that could be a person. I don't know how to really compare it, to be honest.
Well, no, ultimately it sounds pretty beautiful, and it sounds like you're super appreciative of it. So like, dude, that's like all and like as
he's kind of the reason I'm talking to you. I'm standing here right now. Dude,
that's totally rad. I guess like just to piggyback off of that, like his the primitive stuff is so rad, dude. You guys have such a badass team. I don't even really like. I'm a casual skateboarder. I'm a big fan, but like your team is.
But you're skaters. That's what matters.
Yeah, your team is badass up and down. The cool thing is, I feel like every skater on your team is so freaking versatile. Like you really can't just be like, oh, this is the tech guy, or this is the guy who Everyone does like a little bit of everything, or everyone that has like a little cool little thing that they're like going after,
Yeah, they all bring a little bit of flavor in their own way to
yeah,
and it all comes together as a whole.
Yeah, dude. So, the Rick and Morty stuff. If people haven't seen that, you got to check out my guy Nick Tucker has the Pickle Rick deck on the Rick and Morty series for Primitive. It is badass. Is that gold? Like, is that like how do they do that to make the shiny effect on the background? That's wild.
I have no idea, man.
Trade secret. Trade secret right there. You can't spill the beans.
But yeah, primitiveskate.com. Go check it out.
Yeah, primitiveskate.com, and dude, yeah, that Pickle Rick deck is hard as hell.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, I'm so honored. I'm just honored to be skating with everybody and to grow with the company and see all my friends become a part of it, and then be able to travel with them and continue on skating. So
yeah, there's a really cool vibe right now going on with like Primitive, like, and your growth on like, I think the awareness for Primitive, like within like, I know it's been going up like ever since its inception, but I think the awareness probably in the past like year and then on to 2019 is going to be gigantic for you guys.
Yeah, man. It's
Yeah.
a great thing to watch, to see, to watch everything go up.
Yeah, it's got to be super cool. Dude, so I got to ask you now, I want to ask a specific skate question. Okay? Just cuz like I see in like on a lot of your you got like a little bit of this like you like throwing in these little late flips and late shoves on a lot of your Instagram videos, like your little that little Rodney Mullen flair almost in a way. Like, is that something that you've been specifically working on, or do you just like the intricacy of that that type of trick?
Honestly, what sparked it, and this was like a subconscious thing, I think, because I never thought I would learn any of these things, any of these tricks. But when Paul, when he came out with Me, Myself, and I, for you guys watching, type in Me, Myself, and I on YouTube, you'll see it's a skate video part. But he kind of, because like you said, Rodney Mullen started all that, right? And into the 90s and whatever, people were doing those late flips and late shows and stuff. And then so Paul's part, he did a lot of late flips, and he kind of like, because it was a bit like frowned upon, because it was like, it just wasn't like, it didn't, I don't think people really understood, like,
how difficult it was.
People didn't really, how do I even say it? It's, I guess, he kind of perfected them. I guess I'll say that.
Okay, so like
so
it was.
Paul kind of perfected them and brought like the cool factor to late flips.
He brought the style.
They were done different. Not to take anything away from anyone else that's ever done them back in the day, but it's just the skating evolved, and he did them a little. He just brought a little swag to him.
Like I feel like almost like he would do like the little late stuff and then be able to also like revert it if he needed to as well.
Like he reinvented the late flip.
Yeah, well, that's really interesting. So, I mean, even down to the specific stuff, I mean, the influence, P-Rod's influence is evident in your arsenal.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that's awesome.
That goes with everybody. He's influenced everybody.
Oh, yeah. Dude. Oh, yeah. The way he flies down sets, from the way that he, can do it just like, flat ground tray flip is pretty damn beautiful.
Yeah, man. It's a trip.
Yeah. Dude, so now let's quick flip to like LA versus SD, and I guess I would start that off by being like, so you said the move to LA was pretty big for you. I know, and that's probably in regards to like the skating career.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why is that big? And then also like, how does SD San Diego like still influence not only your style on the skateboard, but just like your general demeanor?
Well, one, San Diego's very laid back. I would like to think of it as a retirement city. Like people they move away, or some people are fortunate and they're able to make a lot of money or whatever, be successful in San Diego. But most of the time, people move away and they'll go to LA, they'll go to New York, whatever their career choice may be. For me, it was skating, obviously, and so the whole skate industry is in LA. All the skaters, everyone I look up to, and it's all here. Like the industry, it's booming here. So I kind of realized that, and I was like, you know what? I just want to get closer to everybody in the industry and try to make a real run at it.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I'm still able to skate.
Yeah. No, that's
working out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And like you said, who you've associated with has been very, very, very smart, and you've been very mature in that regard, I'm sure.
And also, grew up skating with, a lot of people out there, and a few of my friends actually are up here with me now. Like Laurel Gray, he's up here.
Oh, yeah.
We rode for Skate Mafia together, and
I was gonna say
rode for Skate Mafia together. And also Street Machine Skate Shop, which was located in downtown. that's how we met, actually, is through the skate shop. And so, you know, we both got to move up here, and we're both skating together, and we're continuing to do it, and it's a beautiful thing, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. Dude, I totally agree. There's something special about San Diego, and you know, I obviously know, you know, San Diego has definitely had a big influence on you as a skater and a person. Yeah, it's cool stuff. It's a really beautiful place, but LA is awesome. It's also where it's at. So you got to make the move when you need to make the move. And like you said,
but I'll be back hopefully one day soon. Hey, I'll be back in San Diego.
Little skate compound in Rancho Santa Fe.
My roots, man. Yeah, that'd be lovely. Let's do it.
I'm telling you. So where's the best California burrito?
Oh man, they closed it down. There was a place. It was called I don't know. I'm not a pronouncer. La Herradera. I'm not Hispanic. I can't say it. I can't roll my R's. But and the burrito was legit as big as my arm.
Really?
It's called the Super Burrito.
Oh man, they're slipping not having that anymore.
Yeah, and so they closed that place down, unfortunately. But it was legit right down the street from my house.
Oh my god.
Which was good and bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could put on the fluff.
Yeah.
That's well, dude. Yeah, San Diego. There's something about it. It's such a special place.
There's magic there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's something that's quite magic about it, and it's cool. Like, you know, I know. Obviously, like anyone who's like skated down here knows that there's such cool spots down here too. Like, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's where it all started, man, with the storm, you know, the Osiris video, like, all that. It all originated in San Diego.
Yeah, the Shorties video, too, obviously.
Shorties video, yep.
The Shorties video, too.
Yes, sir. Can't forget that.
Yeah. So, dude, just to go, let's like, I guess, interestingly, like, flip that in a weird way again. How do you feel about skateboarding in the Olympics as a pro skateboarder?
I think that it's a great opportunity to, you know, to make a solid living off of you know what you love, and obviously that being skateboarding. And I agree with it, and I think it's good for skateboarding.
Yeah,
I think potentially it could oversaturate the market. You know. Yep. But I also believe that there's more good than bad that will come from it, because it's giving people a chance to shine, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like almost similar in a way to social media.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I totally feel the same way, because I mean, like, inherently there are gonna be kids, guys and gals who that reaches, who wouldn't have wanted to pick up a skateboard before.
Exactly.
And
that's exactly it.
That to me is more powerful than anything, frankly, because like that's what the market needs in any industry. I don't care if it's a growing, I don't care if it's stagnant, I don't care if it's dying. That's what any industry needs.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say it's all about the money. Obviously, you won a gold medal in the Olympics. That's crazy. But like you said, yeah, the fact that, you know, these people in the Olympics are being watched by, like you said, people that might not skate or know a little bit about skateboarding, and that'll allow them to tune into our world.
Yep.
And that just brings, you know, more people into what we love, and yeah, I think it's great. Yeah,
exactly. Like, dude, if you could get a kid like out in like some random country to just pick up a skateboard, like that's bread and butter right there.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that, like, if they weren't skateboarding, they could be doing some bad shit. They could be doing anything else, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So
yeah, and it provides that community.
It does have a positive impact.
Yeah. Any like tour stuff that's coming? I know you said Grizzly's got stuff in the works, but any interesting tours that you've got coming up? Any video parts that you care to, you know, talk about, or anything like that you want to plug?
Yeah, as of now, I'm working on a bit of a VX part. So a VX is kind of an old school camera that they used more so back in the days. It's got like a kind of vintage, different style look for the people who don't skate. people who do skate know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so that's
now
VX, right? Sorry.
VX 1000.
Yeah.
And so now everything's switched over to HD because, you know, everything's got higher quality. You know, TVs are a lot more advanced or whatever. So, yeah, doing a VX part and working on an actual part, which will be filmed, you know, HD or whatever. And tour-wise, I'm going to Tampa Pro in March, so in a couple months. So I'm just trying to skate as much as I can and get ready for that. And Primitive has things going on and coming up. And yeah, I'm sure this year will be pretty busy. I'm very excited.
Yeah. Yo, so I mean, speaking of that, I think it's so interesting. Like I mean, and dude, I consider what you do a complete pure form of art. How do you kind of blend that art into the business side of things? I mean, like, because you have to, in the end of the day, pay your bills, answer emails, take care of tour scheduling, take care of scheduling in general. That must be kind of hectic.
Yeah, well, it goes back to, like, how I said, you always got to try to have fun with it and not be too serious about it, because at the end of the day, it could be gone in a heartbeat, you know what I mean?
Wow.
So, yeah, oops. Can't take it too seriously, and obviously want to be on top of your shit, and just always got to skate, but I don't know, I guess, I don't know, just make your connections and be nice to people and come up with ideas. Just try to come up with different things, different, you know, things you can market and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I totally see where you're coming from. I mean, it's like, it is the, like you said, if you can do that and have fun with it, then that's like golden. That's exactly where you want to get to.
Exactly.
Dude, so I'm super, that VX part sounds amazing. That HD part sounds amazing. Looking forward to, like, big work from Primitive coming in the new year. I mean, I already know it's dropping. I mean, dude, I guess, you know, the thing to sum it up in a way would be, or oh no, this is one more I really wanted to ask you. My buddy told me I gotta ask you. Do you have any like, and this is a very open-ended question, like, do you have any like favorite stories from you know, like skating where you're like, you just like always look back at fondly, and like if you're ever down, like that one will always uplift you. Like he just told me to ask you that question. I know it's open-ended.
Stories, like tour stories, I guess. Like I think about the time Diego Najera won out the Berrics. I think it was 2 years ago, and we were all in Canada. Me and the Primitive team were in Canada, and so he had flown into Canada. We skated for like 2 days, and then he had to fly out to do the contest. And then so he did the contest, and then that very next day afterwards, in the morning, he flew back to us. And so I remember we were watching him play his game of skate, and he won. And when he won, it was like the greatest energy of all time. It was like our guy won the Super Bowl. Like we were jumping up and down on the hotel beds, like almost tipped the TV over. Like we were screaming, like yelling at each other's faces. Like it was like a priceless moment. And then obviously when he came back, it was go time.
Dude, that's the next. I was gonna ask how fucking fired up was everyone the second he got back. I bet it was like ender.
Just the energy was amazing, man.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's a really awesome story. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. Do you know when you get, like, I mean, these days I feel like there's so many bangers out there. Do you really even know when you get an ender on a part?
I guess you could consider an ender like something that was extremely hard for you to do, and has like a wow factor. Like it has to be like pretty gnarly, because it's gonna end your whole part. You know what I mean? It's got to have some sort of impact, some sort of like like a wow factor.
The oomph. The oomph.
The oomph, exactly. And so sometimes you get it in the beginning of filming, or sometimes it can be any time, but mostly you kind of know because you're like, shit. I'm stoked I walked away from that one, you know?
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
That's wild. Dude, that's awesome, man. That's freaking cool, Nick. I really appreciate your openness and your honesty. Dude, I want to...
That's the best way I know how to explain it.
Oh, yeah, no, dude, I appreciate that. Yeah, so I guess it's time for... Dude, you want to give any shout-outs to teammates, friends, cameramen, sponsors, etc.?
Laurel Gray, it's my brother.
What's up, Laurel?
What's going on, man? Shout out to him.
Good to see you.
You too, man. Nick Lamb, he's a local San Diego legend, great skateboarder, but also a great filmer, cinematographer. Just all the wolves up there, man, and anybody who's ever supported, you know, Paul Rodriguez, of course, Brian Emmers, all the Primitive, anyone affiliated with Primitive, past sponsors, anyone who's ever, you know, gave me a hand up, you know, and supported me in what I love to do. And my mom, my dad, my brother, my niece, my brother's wife, my dad's wife. I don't know. Too many to name.
Hey, too many to name, but it's big love to everyone.
Big love to everybody. Anyone that's ever filmed me, sat there and filmed my ass.
Well, dude, it's big love from us to you on our end too, and yeah.
Speaking of burritos, here you go.
Oh man, look at those things.
Trying my best to make a Cali, something similar to Cali.
Oh, so that's what you're trying to bring some San Diego flavor up to you.
Yeah, but I can't eat meat anymore, so I gotta do what I gotta do.
Oh, for real?
Nah.
You're on the vegan life?
It's like pescatarian.
Pescatarian, okay. I could do that. You gotta watch out for the mercury, though, my man Nick. You gotta watch out for the mercury.
Not too much mercury, huh?
Yeah, dude. So I guess, the final one we always like to sound off on is, you got advice for anyone, because taking a risk in a profession where there's basically not a set, there's no 401ks for professional skateboarders. So anyone who's in a job, whether they're dying to get out of that job and do a job like you have, where they can take a risk and kind of reap the reward and push as hard as they can. Do you have any advice as someone who's put that into fruition?
Who's currently doing it?
Who's currently.
So like who's
oh no, dude.
Skateboarding?
No, to anyone, dude, in any field, like to anyone, let's say, more so like someone at a desk job who like is a great artist in any way, shape, or form, whether it be skateboarding, whether it be podcasting, whether it be art, whether it be music. What's your advice to them to get out there and take that risk and kind of turn that passion into a paycheck?
Honestly, I would say just work hard, be passionate about it, of course. Make those necessary connections, always be nice to people. And just, work hard, man, and dream big, and don't be afraid to take risks, calculated risks. Do your homework and study a lot about what you're doing, so, that can help, and when those situations arise, you can take what you've learned and apply them, and be happy, and just as long as you're happy and you're enjoying it, then you're on the right path, I think.
That's powerful stuff. No, I appreciate that. I mean, because sometimes people think it's a little more difficult and daunting than it actually is. But if you get out there, like you said, and you're passionate and you dream big, and then execute upon that by doing your research and making those connections, it's not necessarily. I'm not making it out to seem easier than it is, but it's actually more realistic than a lot of people think it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If you can dream it, you can do it. You just got to take the necessary steps to do it, and also don't be afraid to fail, because skating is a lot of failure. You don't land tricks first try most of the times. You got to try it over and over and over, which I love, is because it kind of teaches you how to move through life.
Oh yeah.
Not to get discouraged when things don't work how you plan them to.
Persistence, resilience, that bounce back.
Exactly.
That bounce
You said
back.
it best.
Yeah. Well, I think we covered a lot of great stuff. We've been running for, let's see. We've been running for about a hot 45. I mean, this has been absolutely wonderful. I really, truly, we really appreciate your time.
I appreciate you guys reaching out. Thank you.
Yeah, dude, it's been wonderful. And, I'll just, again, quick shout out to Nick Tucker, professional skateboarder for Primitive, Nixon, Grizzly, Grip Tape, 9.5 Eyewear out in San Diego, Bones Wheels, Ondale Bearings, Venture Trucks, and stay on the lookout. Hit up Primitive, get that Rick and Morty pickleboard.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it. Nick, I really appreciate your time, and I thank you guys for tuning into another episode of the ODDCAST, where we talk about people who are turning their passion into paychecks. Thanks, Nick. You want to take us out?
And also Diamond Supply Co. Shout out to the Diamond Life.
Dude.
Big Diamond.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Diamond all day.
And ODDCAST, and shout out to you and San Diego, of course. And thank you.
Oh, thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick.
Let's get a little weird. Let's get a little odd. Those sounds you like to hear. We got it going on. It's the ODDCAST. It's the ODDCAST. It's the ODDCAST. It's the ODDCAST.